to a community garden live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here today fresh off of my trail walk. So today is Friday, and normally I do my trail walk on Wednesdays, but since I had a dentist appointment on Wednesdays, I'm kind of doing my Wednesday routine on Friday, or at least parts of it. So I did the trail walk, and y'all, this was the first time doing the hill 5 times, and I did it, but I walked it up and down, y'all. The grass was wet. Plus, oh wait, hold on, just trying to make sure. Right now I'm in the garden by myself, but you know it's a community garden, so people like pass through every now and then. So I'm probably gonna do this live stream up until somebody, like actually come in, because everybody don't want to be in videos, blah blah blah, this and that, or until my little makeshift thing like fall down. Oh hey mama. So that's one of the garden cats. You probably, let me see, you can't see. Oh yeah, there she go right there. That's one of the garden cats, and she have 2 kids. A all gray cat, and then like a black and white tuxedo cat. So that's her. And then Miss Gigi, she is like the resident garden cat. That one, the mama and like her 2 kids, they like transplants from somewhere else. But Miss Gigi is like the resident uh community garden cat, and she may show herself around, we'll see. But yeah, y'all, so I did that walk, y'all. It's hot. I'm under like a shaded umbrella now, y'all. They got stuff flying all around. Y'all know how I am with bugs, so if it get too crazy, y'all, I might have to end this video. But yeah, I did that, did the 5 hills. Y'all, I did it, but I walked. I wasn't trying to jog or nothing like that. I just walked. um Finished doing that. Now I'm here for this. Y'all, look at this. I have, you probably, I don't know if you could like see this, but anyway, I'm writing plant tags for 28 varieties of tomatoes that we are preparing for a plant sale in a couple weeks. So these are the tags. I like these tags because they kind of long, and so all of them, I'm just gonna write tomato on one side and then the variety on the other side. And I have my little Sharpies, and I'm gonna leave them out to give them like a few little minutes to dry after I finish writing on them. Now one side is smooth, like there's a smooth side, and then it's kind of like a, not a rough side, but like you can feel like some texture on this side. So I think, I don't know, should I write tomato on the smooth side and then the variety on the texture side, or should it be the other way around? Y'all, I don't know, and I'm probably gonna mix it up anyway. Now y'all, this umbrella is moving, and I have my phone like leaned up against this umbrella stand. Y'all, please don't let this thing fall. If the phone fall, y'all, it's not my fault. So the first variety is Juliet. And y'all, I don't know everything about all of these varieties of tomatoes, so I'm not even gonna pretend. I know I watch several channels that do, like, they give you, like the down and dirty. Let me see if I put it this way. I turn it this way. All right. Yeah, I want to make sure, because you know how like you'll write stuff on this side and then you flip it like this and it's upside down. I want it to be the right way on both sides. So I'm trying to, y'all, you know what? That's too much. I ain't never gonna get this done. So the first variety, like I said, is Juliet. And some of these are cherries, some of them are grapes, some of them are beefsteaks. Some determinate, indeterminate. I'm just writing. Look at the butterflies. The monarch butterflies starting to come around. This community garden is a designated monarch way station. So we do plant milkweed here to support the monarch butterfly. We also get the swallowtail butterflies and hummingbirds and a couple of other birds and stuff like that that come around. So this is a very nice place, especially when they don't have a lot of people around, to just come and sit and like listen to nature and just be peaceful, quiet, um, have like a mindful, peaceful experience. Now we do a lot of work now. You know, we do a lot of work, but it's also, you know, we have time like to ourselves. Like I come here and I'll get, you know, like my assignment, you know, for the day, for the amount of time that I have to volunteer, and I always, you know, like make sure that I get, you know, like my work, that I call it work, you know, it's volunteering, but I'm saying like whatever my assignment is, I make sure to get it done, you know, within the allotted time that I have. That second one I did, that was the spoon tomato, and I think I actually sowed a couple seeds for the spoon tomato in my garden with my starch. Y'all, I don't know, check out the live stream. It was a series of live streams. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. I sowed, well, sowed in the starting tray a whole bunch of seeds. Y'all, I'm doing a lot of like renovation, beautification and stuff like that in my own garden. Why do I feel like I have to like blow? Because when I turn it over and put it down on the paper, I don't want the marker to like smear. But I think this is like quick drying. Well, it don't say quick drying, but it's a Sharpie, so I think it'll dry pretty quick. Just give it like a couple of seconds and then turn the marker over. This is for totem. And a lot of these varieties I have not heard of. I don't remember like sowing seeds, because some of these we sold seeds. Some of them I think we got donations from like local garden nurseries. Totem, I don't remember, but I mean it could be, y'all. We have sold so many seeds, you know, I can't remember every variety. Now this one, this is, it says Phil 1 and Phil 2, PHIL, Phil 1 and Phil 2. I don't know about that. And if y'all know some of these varieties, you know, y'all please let me know, because I don't know all of them. And this one is Phil 2, so I'm gonna do that. Some of these look interesting, you know. I don't know, I might have to buy some of these too. Now that's something that I do, like even though it's, you know, I volunteer at this community garden and stuff, I still like make purchases during the plant sales. And when I go to other community gardens, you know, I support, because it's important to me, and it makes sense, y'all. It makes sense to support your local community gardens. I like volunteering here because this gives people an opportunity who may not otherwise have space or resources or whatever at their home to grow vegetables and herbs, but they might want to. The community garden, you know, gives people the opportunity to do that. This is sugary tomato, and I see it's showing up backwards. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I don't know how to flip the screen and make it turn around and all of that. But yeah, that's one thing that I really like about the community garden, because I think that there are more people now interested in gardening. But if you live in an apartment, or even if you live in a home, you're renting a home, or you know, you have an HOA, or you know, just some kind of restriction, or just a inconvenience or hardship, whatever you want to call it, to where you can't garden at home, you know, you can garden in your community garden. The next one I did was Red Robin. Y'all, these are some interesting varieties. And y'all, there are thousands of varieties of tomatoes. It's almost any kind of tomato that you're looking for. Like there's a kind for it. If you want, you know, beefsteak, cherry, grape paste tomato, beefsteak, open pollinated, hybrid, low acid, sweet, tart, you know, one's good for cooking, frying, storing, eating raw, baking, like, yeah. This variety, Candyland. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go to the garden and look for some of these. I'm gonna have to look for some of these and see. I might have to, you know, I might have to make some pre-purchases. Uh-oh, sound like an ambulance or a fire truck, maybe. All right, this one is Fantastico. Okay, I definitely have not heard of that. Fantastico. All right, thank you so much if you are here for the live. I'm trying to look up every so often and see if somebody is here, but if you're not here for the live, if you come back for the replay, I definitely appreciate you. As I'm reading off these the varieties of these tomatoes, like if y'all know about them, you know, put something in the comments, put something in the chat, you know, let me know what is your favorite variety of tomato. Oh, you know what, that might be hard. Like your favorite cherry, your favorite beefsteak, your favorite paste tomato, like that, you know, because sometimes it's hard to just say one. I don't even know if I have a favorite. Like I like tomatoes, y'all. I don't know if I have a favorite. I have to see, cause y'all, I eat them all. I eat them all. Now let me see. The last one I did was Fantastico. I need to try to put these in order. Make sure I don't forget one. The next one is Sweetie. Now, not Sweet 100, but Sweetie. And I'm thinking it might still be a cherry tomato, but you know, you never know. Maybe it's a larger type tomato. Now this one, I was watching a YouTube channel, and I can't remember the channel. I can't remember the lady's name, but she is like a connoisseur of like specifically tomatoes, peppers too, but like specifically tomatoes. She gets tomato seeds from all around the world. She has so many different varieties. You know, she plants like so many different ones at a time. She has a collection of tomato seeds that is just like out of this world. Now this one is, it looks like it's Reese Tomate. Let's see, R-E, oh, my R was messed up. R-E-I-S-E-T-O-M-A-T-E. Rice tomate. So that's that one. The next one is Tumbling Tom. Now I have, no, not Tumbling, y'all, I got Tiny Tim. I got a Tiny Tim. This one, hold on, let me make sure I write tomato on the front, y'all, because I start spelling out tumbling instead of tomato. All right, so this is Tumbling Tom, and these are red. So in parentheses I have the R here. So Tumbling Tom red, and there's also a Tumbling Tom yellow. So I'll be writing that tag down the line. Golden Nugget, that is a popular tomato. So let's see, Golden Nugget. And y'all know, I realize I'm writing these names kind of big. I might need to write these, you know, smaller. because you know the tag is gonna go in the soil. Maybe I should write this a little bit smaller than what I'm writing it now. So that was golden nugget, black zebra. Now I'm trying to think, do I have black zebra tomato seeds? I have some kind of oh excuse me, I have some kind of striped tomato seed. I don't know if I have black zebra. I'm not sure if I have that. But to me, you know, this is just another example of so many different varieties, y'all. This is 28. I think I'm growing maybe 12. I think I'm doing 12 varieties of tomatoes in my garden this year, but I probably have about maybe 50, at least 50 varieties of tomato seeds. This one, so I have patio choice yellow and patio choice red. So patio choice Y, and then I'm trying to write tomato on the smooth side of the tag, y'all, and then write the variety on the textured side. Y'all, I am so glad for this umbrella. I just hope that it don't fall, because sway too far to the side, because the wind is blowing a little bit. I hope it don't sway too far to the side, because the phone is gonna fall. Y'all, I have a little makeshift, but I know so I don't really show the community garden. I always say, you know, I'm going to the community garden, I'm at the community garden. I think I did like a YouTube short when we had that succulent swap. I think I either did a YouTube short or I took pictures and showed like a little bit of the community garden. But the reason why I don't, you know, do any really like video or pictures or whatever is because normally when I come, they usually have people here. And, you know, I don't want to go through, you know, like all of that asking permission and all that kind of stuff. And I know, you know, you say, well, it's a public place, you know, people can there's no expectation of privacy in a public place, so you can be recorded, but I just, you know, y'all, it is not that serious. It's not that serious, and I'm, you know, I don't want to infringe on anybody's legal or perceived privacy. And you know, some people don't want to be on camera, and I totally understand that, because y'all know the first year of my YouTube channel, I did not put my face on the camera. Y'all know I started off with natural hair, or in case you didn't know, I started off with natural hair. In the first year, I blurred out my face and, you know, whatever, y'all. It was crazy. Now I look back at it and laugh, but that was a time where I wanted to try YouTube, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be serious enough to actually stick with it. And my thought process was, why put my face out there if this just might not be a thing for me? And then about a year later, I decided, you know, hey, this is something that I do want to continue and do it on a regular basis. And, you know, I feel like I need to show my face, especially doing natural hair. But there are many YouTube channels where you hear the person's voice, or they have like an avatar or something like that, and you never see their face. But for what I was doing with natural hair, you know, it just kind of, it just made sense, like, to show my face. And since then, I have expanded, you know, the content of my channel to cover like all kind of topics, including gardening. This is Piagnolo Vesuvio. Piennolo Vesuvio. Okay, that's definitely not something that I have heard of. before. The next one, let me make sure. Yeah, okay. The next one is Firefly. Firefly. I don't think I've heard of that one. I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have that seed, in my inventory. But I'm going to be interested to see how these tomatoes express and looking at them at the plant sale, because y'all, I might have to bring some of these home. This is the Tumbling Time Yellow. Remember, I just a little while ago I did Tumbling Time Red. So this is Tumbling Time Y for yellow. And y'all, it's a little bit past 20. It's about 21 minutes. I didn't see anybody come in yet, and I understand just another pop-up live stream, y'all. That's the best that I can do right now. I cannot commit to a specific day and time, or even a consistent day and time, except for right now. Every other Monday I'm doing garden live streams with Joy of the Gardening Home. This Monday we actually did a live stream on her channel, so you'll find a live stream on her channel, and we were talking about tariffs and how it does or will affect home gardeners. That was a pretty good live stream, very interesting. We actually had some looked up some articles, just to try to come through with like some documented information, in addition to our own experiences and our own thoughts on what's going on. So please make sure you check out that live stream, y'all. Now see, y'all know how I am with the bugs. If something started crawling, y'all, I was out in my garden yesterday, and I felt like something was crawling on my neck, and I had the long sleeve shirt and stuff on, so I'm scratching and just trying to feel and see what it was. Then it felt like it was on my back, y'all. I don't think it was anything. It could have been a leaf from the cherry tree, y'all. It just could have been anything. Listen, it wasn't a bug. But y'all, at the time you couldn't tell me nothing. I was y'all know how I'm about the bugs. And yes, I've been a gardener for a long time. I have never liked the bugs. I still don't like the bugs, and I don't think I'm ever going to in the future like the bugs. I don't think so. This is Berkeley tie-dye. I might have these seeds, but I do not think this is one that I sowed in my starter trays. At least for right now. I was about to say this year, but I'm liable to sow tomato seeds even after. Y'all, I have to find somewhere to put the seeds that I sowed. So I sowed 144 cells of seeds. Y'all, why? What was I thinking? Where am I going to put all that stuff? I don't know. But I'm figuring that, for whatever reason, every seed is not going to germinate. Maybe they'll germinate, but don't survive the transplant. Maybe they'll survive the transplant, but get tore up by pests. But I still need to find where I'm gonna put like all of these different seeds, these little seedlings, once they germinate, which a lot of them have already, as the crow flies. Yes, indeed. This one is Super Beefsteak. And so, yeah, I need to find out where I'm going to put all of these. Now, I'm going to be preparing my 5-gallon buckets, my mini raised beds, my 15-gallon containers. Y'all, I'm going to find somewhere. I'm going to find somewhere to put, like, everything that I can. And now that I have some additional growing space I have a few more spaces where I can put stuff. But y'all liable to see the whole yard just gonna be full of plants. I just needed to be organized, which is why I'm doing the whole like reorganization, beautification, the redesign, new layout of the Backyard Shenanigans garden. I only have so much space to work with, but I'm trying to make it more organized and more pleasing to my eyes, because it was not looking like that. It wasn't looking like that, y'all, and I'm trying to get it to look like that. So I'm working on that, which had me kind of fall behind on sowing seeds and planting, because I'm just trying to get everything together. I didn't do it over the winter, which I was supposed to, but I didn't. And so now I find myself in the late spring, going into the summer, doing it. But y'all, I'm gonna get it done. This one is Bronze Torch. Now, I don't know anything about this tomato variety, but if you do, please let me know. The next one is Brad's Atomic Grape. Now, I believe I have those, but I don't think that I planted them. At first, my intention was to say, okay, I'm going to do a couple of cherry, a couple of grape, a couple of paste tomatoes, a couple of beefsteak. I want some different colors, a couple of different colors. Um, some determinate, some indeterminate. Y'all, that was my idea, and that's like how I started off, but how it ended up, y'all, we all gonna be surprised, because I could barely tell you right now what uh, what tomato seeds I planted, y'all, because I don't remember. But I have everything like labeled and stuff like that, but y'all know the markers, so the black marker, thankfully, so the variety, that, and I'm glad I did the variety in the black marker. Yes. Oh, did y'all see that? Another crow. Y'all, the crows here don't play. The crows are serious. We have a lot of crows. They got a lot of crows. But I'm glad that I wrote the variety for everything in the black marker, because I can go back through. I still have all of my packs of seeds with the different color clothespin clips. I still have all of that. Everything's set up. I didn't separate anything, so it'll be easier for me to determine the variety of the different plants and stuff. So when I make the tags and I put them in the permanent location, I don't know which variety, because I think like for cucumbers I did like 6 different varieties of cucumbers. Well, when they start off, they all pretty much gonna look the same. So if the variety would have rubbed off, I just would have had 6 tomato plants, or up to 6 tomato 6 what I said, y'all, cucumber. I would have had up to 6 cucumber plants, but I wouldn't have known the variety until they probably like grew out like well into maturity. But all right, the next one I have is Principal Borghese. Let's do that. Let's make that tag. And I was supposed to, after this, go into one of the plots and do some weeding and possible harvesting. Hold on. I think they're supposed to be principal, but it's a Principe. Principe. But you know what though, y'all, I'm just gonna write what's written down, and if it's not correct, I'll just write another one. But I'm going to write exactly what I see on the page, because I'm not familiar with this variety, and things are spelled different ways and all of that. Oh, y'all, sun gold. Y'all, sun gold. I remember that was last year or the year before last. I bought sun gold, one sun gold plant from Home Depot, but it had 3. I believe it had three plants in the cup. Y'all, all 3 of them died. I think I got maybe like 2 or 3 tomatoes from one of the plants. Matter of fact, almost everything that I bought from Home Depot died. That's when I was thinking, okay, well, what is it? What is something with my soil, or is it with these plants, or what's going on? That was last year, y'all. 2024 was just crazy. That was crazy. Oh, y'all, and I messed up. I was supposed to be writing sun gold. See that? And I started writing the principal Borghese. Let me see. Do I have something? Okay, I have blush. So I could turn that P to a B. And this is blush. All right, see there? That's how you take a mistake and correct it. Now this time, y'all, sun gold. Let me make sure. All right, tomato. On this side, S, y'all, sun gold. All right, that's that. The next one is Chadwick cherry. And y'all let me know, have y'all heard of these tomato varieties, and which ones do you like best? Which ones have you had like the best experience with? Is it any of these that like you would not grow to save your life? Like maybe it wasn't a good growing season or like a good experience or whatever. Y'all let me know, because I like cherry tomatoes. I like, you know what, I like all tomatoes, but I also have not tried, obviously, every of the thousands of varieties of tomatoes. And it might be one that you just be like, you know what, this one is not for me. And it's okay that every variety of a particular plant is not to your liking. That's why so many are available. So there will be some variety for everybody. All right, y'all. And then this last one is Lucky Tiger. This is probably also, I think this is like an orange and yellow kind of striped tomato, if I'm not mistaken. All right, y'all, and that's it. That is the 28 varieties of tomatoes. Let me just make sure. Let me count my tags, y'all. Make sure I didn't miss anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. Look at that. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Some of these is 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. That is 28 tags. So I'm going to put them back in here. And I wish I had a rubber band or something, but I don't. But I mean, obviously the ones that have the writing on it, that'll be it for this. Let me put this back together, put this in here, and I'm gonna read this list off one more time just in case you missed it. I should have read it in the beginning, did the tags, and then read it at the end, because I know some people, you know, you don't stay for the whole live stream, and I understand that. Trust me, I get it. If you watch it for the replay, you can put it at like 1.5 speed or something like that. Y'all, I do that. I think I mentioned this before. Normally when I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm watching them at least 1.5 speed, just because y'all, that's what I do. All right, so I had 28 varieties of 2025 tomato varieties, and I was making plant tags for them for upcoming plant sale at the community garden. So we have Juliet, Spoon, Totem, Phil 1 and Phil 2, PHIL is, I don't know, y'all, what is it? Philadelphia? I don't know, but Phil 1 and Phil 2, Sugary, Red Robin, Candyland, Fantastico, Sweetie, Rice Tomate, or Rice Tomate, Tumbling Tom, red. Golden Nugget, black zebra. Patio Choice yellow, Patio Choice red. Pianolo, Vesuvio. Firefly, Tumbling Tom yellow. Berkeley tie-dye, Super Beefsteak, Bronze Torch. Brad's Atomic Grape, Principe Borghese. It might be Principal, but I don't see a L here, so I didn't add it to the tag. Sun Gold, Chadwick Cherry, Lucky Tiger, and Blush. Now, y'all tell me, out of these 28 varieties, which one have you grown? Which are your favorites or ones you really like? Are there any on this list of 28 varieties of tomatoes that you have had a bad experience with, or ones that you just like, no, this variety is not for me? Y'all, and don't be surprised. I don't think we set an exact date for the tomato sale yet, but y'all, don't be surprised if I come home with some more stuff, and on the next Backyard Shenanigans guard, you know what, actually you're gonna see more stuff than before, because I've got some stuff since then, and next Tuesday I'm getting more. I'm getting more stuff to bring home. Where am I gonna put it? I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna put this back here. I'm gonna take down my little makeshift stand to hold my phone for this live stream. I'm gonna take a look at that plot, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to do the rest of the stuff. Let me see. No, because it's 11:56 and I have to leave at 12, so I'm not gonna be able to do that today. But the main thing was to get these plant tags done, and I got them done. Again, I'm at my community garden that I normally come to on Wednesdays, but because I had to go to the dentist Wednesday, I'm here on Friday, helping to prepare items to set up for our next plant sale coming up probably in the next few weeks or so. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am about to get out of here, get my next little things done that I have to get done. I had time today until 12 o'clock, and now it's 11:57, so let me roll out. But let me end my video like I always do. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for today's live stream. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed. Bye.